Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Kendrick Perkins calls Heat vs Celtics the biggest rivalry in the NBA. Former NBA center and current ESPN analyst Kendrick Perkins believes that the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics have the biggest rivalry in the NBA right now. "I gotta go with the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics," Perkins said. "When you think about two teams in the Eastern Conference, they don't like each other. When you think about the history and matching up in the conference finals, right? Every single time, they have to go through each other at some point. And Jimmy Butler became a real thing during this matchup while he's in a Heat jersey. I think this is the biggest rivalry in the NBA. I love it every time they match up, and we know it's gonna be some smoke, especially when Jimmy is available." The Heat and Celtics have played each other in the playoffs in several seasons since Butler came to Miami ahead of the 2019-20 campaign. In the 2019-20 season, they met in the NBA's Orlando, Florida bubble in the Eastern Conference Finals, with Miami winning the series to advance to the NBA Finals. There have been two more meetings in the Eastern Conference Finals since then, with Boston taking the matchup in 7 games in the 2021-22 season. Miami returned the favor the following season, upsetting the Celtics as the number 8 seed in the East to advance to the 2023 NBA Finals against the Denver Nuggets. That series also took the maximum 7 games for a team to advance. Last season, Miami did not have a great regular season and ended up in the play-in tournament for the second straight campaign. It still ended up matching up with Boston, this time in the first round of the playoffs. Unfortunately for the Heat, Butler was injured in their play-in tournament loss to the Philadelphia 76ers, and he was unable to play against Boston. The Celtics took down the Heat in 5 games, only losing Game 2, and went on to eventually win the NBA Finals. Miami is still looking for a title in the Butler era despite making it to the Finals 2 times. Health will be a key for the Heat, as Butler and guard Terry Rozier were both out of the lineup in the playoffs last season. Perkins clearly has a lot of respect for Miami and how it has competed with Boston, but Heat fans want to see the franchise have the same success as well. If Miami can win a title in the 2024-25 season, it would only make the rivalry with Boston even more interesting. NBA reporter projects multiple Miami Heat members for key roles on 2028 Team USA. The Miami Heat were represented by coach Erik Spoelstra and center Bam Adebayo at the 2024 Paris Olympics, but the two may play a greater role during their next appearance on the international stage. With rumors of Golden State Warriors Steve Kerr ending his Olympic coaching career before the 2028 Los Angeles Games, it opens the door for Spoelstra to assume the job. He, along with Tyronn Lue, Los Angeles Clippers, and Mark Few, Gonzaga Bulldogs, made up the assistant coaching staff. Adebayo found himself playing a minor role in Paris, largely due to the presence of superstars Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis. While the Los Angeles Lakers big is projected to return, Embiid could choose to represent either Cameroon or France in 2028. These factors led NBA reporter Tate Frazier of The Ringer to project Spoelstra and Adebayo as key members of the 2028 Team USA. Below is his full prediction: HC, Erik Spoelstra AC, Ty Lue, Karen Butler, Dan Hurley PG, Jalen Brunson SG, Anthony Edwards SF, Jason Tatum PF, Anthony Davis C, Bam Adebayo. His anticipated bench is Devin Booker, Jaylen Brown, Zion Williamson, Paolo Banchero, Chet Holmgren, Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley. The idea of Adebayo and Davis starting alongside each other is logical, considering the Heat big man stands at just 6'9". There's also in-game proof this tandem meshes well, thanks to the Paris Olympics. Making Spoelstra the lead coach is almost a no-brainer, considering he's worked in the NBA for nearly 30 years. Miami Heat center Bam Adebayo was watching Saturday's Team USA game against France from the bench. He was rooting for his teammates, who were on the way to a 98-87 victory. Toward the end of the fourth quarter, with the game still as issue, Steph Curry took a logo three-point field goal attempt. He drained it. Nothing but net. Adebayo could not believe what he witnessed. He then realized who was taking the shot. Adebayo said, "I was kind of like, what the F***?" And then I remembered who was shooting it." Curry finished with 24 points to pace the Americans, who won their fifth consecutive gold medal. On this play, the three-point field goal put the United States up by 6. This was after a France rally that cut the lead to 3. With less than 3 minutes to play, Curry tried to create some space between himself and Nick Batum. He received the ball from Kevin Durant and went left. He then dribbled behind his back as Evan Fournier tried to double him. Curry had Batum and Fournier's hands in his face as he threw up the shot with 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. "That was an unbelievable moment," Curry told NBC's Mike Tirico after the game. "I've been blessed to play basketball at a high level for a very long time. I don't know. This ranks very high in terms of the excitement and sense of relief getting to the finish line." Miami Heat rumors. Miami Heat urged to consider signing 41% career three-point shooter free agent. The Miami Heat did not improve their roster this summer after losing some of their top free agent targets. Because of this, they may have to make do with whatever is left on the market. According to Bleacher Report's Greg Swartz, the one area the Miami Heat need to address this offseason is their three-point shooting, and the only guy they could sign is Doug McDermott. McDermott, 32, doesn't do much else at this stage of his career, but remains an elite floor spacer who would be a good fit for the Miami Heat, Swartz wrote. The signing of McDermott, or anyone else, would need to happen after a trade of some kind. The team is also just $45,001 short of the second apron, so a deal would need to free up $2.1 million in additional cap space and a roster spot, he added. Doug McDermott is one of the most underrated shooters in the NBA, as he is a career 41% three-point shooter. Last season, the 32-year-old converted 47.8% of his three-point shots and 40.3% of his catch-and-shoots while playing for the San Antonio Spurs and Indiana Pacers. Doug McDermott became a free agent after finishing his 3-year, $41.25 million contract with the San Antonio Spurs, via a trade with the Indiana Pacers, signed in the summer of 2021. How he has struggled to find consistent playing time in recent years, the Miami Heat could theoretically sign him to a minimum deal. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Doug McDermott? Leave your opinion in the comments.